Hello, I'm Ralph. Welcome to Last Resort Repair ReCreation, episode 29. We're finally back on track. We got some stuff we're going to read about. What we're going to talk about, the song that we just heard was Kill Switch Engage, talking about the political bullshit and how these freaking clowns have nothing to do with us. And they don't represent us at all. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's incredibly ridiculous, and we're not gonna play the game. Okay. Let's see. I was gonna talk about before we get into that, I was gonna talk about this concert that we went to in November, the end of November, a Breaking Benjamin concert, and we were very disappointed in that because they are very pro-war, and we didn't know that. And we do not support the troops. We support helping the troops from the hardship because they were misled and ended up getting PTSD and all those and so many different other issues because they were fooled into fighting these wars for the bankers and the banking cartel. And we try to help them. That's what we want to do. We want to help them get out of that because they have fallen for the hype of this fake war and stuff like that, and it's ridiculous. And they need to stop. And we need to stop encouraging military. And I was very disappointed because the Breaking Benjamin, they were saying that how we owe everything to the military, and freedom is not free and all that crap. If freedom is free, we came here, we incarnated on Earth. Everybody has a right to be free. And there's a lot of this worship about how we need to worship the troops and everything. And you gotta check out the latest, if you haven't heard about this stuff, about why the military is wrong. You need to listen to Mark Slade's presentation called The Cult of Ultimate Evil, Order Followers and the Destruction of the Sacred Feminine. Talk about how they how they reel people in and turn them into dogs and put the dog tags and all that crap. And we talk about this a lot on the show. And how people get reeled in and fooled, and how the people in the background that control all this and orchestrate this bullshit is laughing and stuff, saying that they're the dogs, they're the pawns. It's ridiculous. You discourage the military, not encourage it. And Charmella has some songs has some poetry rap skits that she wrote about it because she was annoyed. And here she is, she's going to read what she wrote. I tell you, when I was at that concert, I wanted to walk right out the door. Just walk right out the door. But you know what? Shinedown was great after that, so that was good. But Breaking Benjamin, I'm very disappointed. We are very disappointed in your attitude. Okay. Here is something I wrote inspired by that. It's called Save the Children. Money for college and other bullshit bribes to reel them in like fish so they can sign away their lives. How many more have to die overseas? I'm not just talking about the troops. I mean all casualties. I don't appreciate these fools fighting in my name. When will they wake up and see that ISIS is a game? The only way to win this game is to educate our kids so they don't repeat the same mistakes that the ones before them did. Okay, here's another one. Because there's doing this bullshit war in Syria that people said, we don't want this, and they still do it anyway. That's the problem. The order followers need to stop it. The people need to stop joining this crap and thinking that it's a good thing. It's not. It's not. It's banking cartels making money off of people being fooled. And we're here to help them not be fooled anymore. If they're listening, please listen to us. We know what we're talking about. We do a lot of research. We check it out in a lot of sources, and we know what's really going on. You gotta check out Babylon Spanksters and stuff like that, and listen to what Jay Parker says, because he's got a lot of good information. Because he was part of the multi-generational satanic family, people that hurt children, harm children, scare children, and want your children to go over and fight in wars. Okay, here's another one called Listen to the People. When we said no to the war in Syria, we weren't kidding. Hey troops, listen up to the words that I'm spitting. You have the power to end this war. They cannot play the game if you refuse to be their pawns. We the people are embarrassed by your actions, blowing the innocent up because of some fictitious faction. Your actions are not justified when you're killing in our name. Wake the fuck up and stop playing the game. Okay, now we're going to talk about, now that we've talked about that, we're going to talk about this. Andy 2016. That's right. That's what we're doing. We're trying to promote all we can. We would recommend that you try to do that too if you're interested. It's Alfred. If you haven't already heard, Alfred Weber was barred from Facebook because he was supporting and endorsing Andy as a candidate, and they don't want him in there, and they don't like it, so they barred him from Facebook, which means that they're terrified of this man, and they do not want him in, because he's not afraid to tell the truth. And we have a copy of his affidavit before the Vancouver 9/11 tribunal about how this time travel technology, Rumsfeld knew about 9/11 before it happened. And I know some of the stuff seems like it's just crazy and insane, and want to make people think that we're gone crazy, but we haven't, because this is true, and people deserve to know that they have technology like this, and they're hiding it from us, and they keep doing everything they can to keep it secret. And they have these things where there's time travel technology which you can view potential outcomes, and they're looking at all that stuff. And it's not fair, because they're leaving everybody in the dark and they're not sharing this stuff. And you wonder, not even that, but what cures do they have that they're not sharing? I mean, what stuff do they have that they're not sharing? And it's always, oh, it's a matter of national security. Well, that's bullshit, because we want the truth, and Andy knows the truth. Andy was there. He was a child, a time traveler child, and you gotta just read about it and listen to what this man has to say, because he has the information and demanding that the public know about it, because it's very unethical not to share stuff that you have that could benefit the people and use it against them. I think I had another one that I wrote about that. I can find it. Here it is. Got it. It's called Andy 2016 by Charmella and Ralph. People are starving, but there's money for war. Freedom is free, so what are they fighting for? Time travel technology is kept under wraps. The Archons cheat the future while we're stuck shooting craps. They have an unfair advantage to keep themselves in control, but we're gathering their shit and shooting it back up their asshole. And now we're about to light it on fire. Their time's almost up, so they better retire. They can't have the future if we don't cooperate. Get out of the system. Don't hesitate. Demand Andy 2016, because he has the power to bring down their entire smoke screen. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm gonna read one more. Okay. We're gonna read that affidavit of Andrew G. Basiago before the Vancouver 9/11 Tribunal. We're probably not gonna get to that today, but next time we're gonna read that. But I have a poem to close out with. Fighting the Political Nightmare by Charmella and Ralph. Donald Trump is garbage. Hillary is a cartel bitch. And Jeb is a little piece of shit that came out of a dead fish. How can they claim that this is our voice when they haven't given us one decent choice? I refuse to play a game where the people always lose. Shut the fuck up is my response to mainstream news. If you want to see Babylon fall, vote Andy 2016, and together we'll turn Earth's nightmare into her greatest dream. Okay, we'll pick up next week. We got stuff that we took notes from about the inorganic AI. We're going to be talking about stuff like inorganic AI that Alfred's been talking about how they're using that to control the election and play games and demonize Muslims, and like to have these like trigger words and stuff for the inorganic AI, and how that that when Trump's numbers were falling, they said that then they had that shooting, and then they said it was Muslims did it, and then because what they actually saw, the most eyewitnesses say they saw 3 athletic white males, and then all of a sudden it was changed to a couple, a Muslim couple, and then they got killed, so they can't say nothing about that. So see, a lot of times, a lot of these shootings, the shooters are getting killed, so people don't figure out what really happened. And it's part of the catastrophic timeline, inorganic AI that is trying to take over the planet. And yeah, so that's why. And his polls numbers fell, but then they went back up when he started demonizing Muslims after the shooting and the patsies of the Muslim couple. I mean, I don't know, I wasn't there, but all the stuff is shootings and demonization and scaring people into thinking that they have trying to generate fear is the bottom line, what they're doing. And we need to stand up for ourselves, and stand up for our right to bear arms, and stand up for what we know, because they're desperate, because they're trying everything that they can to keep people in fear and submission, and they want to revoke the right to bear arms, and that's not happening. We're not going to let it happen. We are going to stand by our rights, and all these shootings and staged shootings and crisis actor crap, they're trying desperately to hang on to this system, and people are seeing through it. I mean, I really hope most people are seeing through it and seeing that this whole political bullshit is a joke. And we need somebody that's going to come in and tell the truth, who's actually been there and not afraid to stand up and say this I can't tell you this because national security is complete bullshit, and the people deserve to know what's going on, and they deserve to know about technology that is not being released to the public. And I guess that's it. Okay, we're going to read about that next time, but that's pretty much an idea of what we're working on and studying now. So I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.